welcome to the Citizen channel. Today we're going to have a look, a preview of the game against Brugge coming at the Etihad on the 3rd of November 2021. Match day 4 of the Champions League. Let's get this finished off. We can win here with this one, and we're almost pretty much through, aren't we? So let's do the business. So we're going to have a look at Brugge, how they've done since we played them. Obviously we sort of stuffed them, didn't we, last time? See how they've done since then. I'll be trying to predict our starting 11. An interesting one, this. I want us to go strong just to make sure we put this to bed, but I'm not overly strong. I think if you know what I mean. I think he will make changes, but it should be strong enough to put this one and sort this one out, because we don't want to take any chances with this, do we? Let's be honest about it. The match is on BT Sport, of course, and a full match replay is always available on City Plus from either midnight or 1 a.m. They do mix it around a little bit, keep us on our toes, sort of thing. Right, who's in charge? Well, our old friend. Yes, we've got our old buddy back here, Antonio Matu Lahoz, also from Spain. All the officials from Spain, just one German as well, but he's from Spain. Of course, he was at the Champions League final. He took charge of that. You'll recognise his image, that's for sure. And of course, the last time he was at the Etihad was back in 2018, when he took charge of the 2-1 second leg defeat to Liverpool in the Champions League. But yeah, so there you go. But hey, it is what it is. Not much we can do about it. His linos are Pau Cebrian Devis and Roberto del Palomar, both from Spain again. The fourth official is also from Spain, Santiago Jaime Latra. All big names, these, aren't they? VAR is from Spain, Ricardo de Burgos. And from Germany, yes, a sole German guy, Christian Dinger. He's the assistant VAR guy on the night. So yeah, previous meetings, just the one. Just the one. Last time out, of course, was match day 3, so not so long ago, was it? It just feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it? We've been through a lot since that game. But of course, we eased to a 5-1 victory from Mr. Cancelo, a brace from Mahrez, Walker and Cole Palmer, who scored their very first UEFA Champions League goals. Of course, this Hans Vanaken struck for them at 9 minutes from time for a little consolation, of course. If you please, obviously, I've not done a History Boys feature for this one. Obviously, if you've not checked out my original History Boys feature when we first played them, have a look at that. Obviously, we don't have much history, so I could have put another one together and done it, but I thought, no, I'll leave that and just leave that, because it would be sort of scraping the barrel of information on Brugge really, rather than anything else. So I left that. So, but there will be an odds one, obviously, out there already. There's already an odds show. Of course, I don't ever condone gambling when the fun stops. And the match prices, on the odds, you get 1 to 9 on City. you want to put 1 to 9, or you want to put 9 quid onto it, £1. Yeah, probably not a good idea, is it? 19 to 2 for the draw. And if you fancied Brugge to win, which would be devastating if they did, 28 to 1 for Brugge to win. Interesting enough, away from the actual match itself, to win the Champions League now, obviously City and PSG were sort of vying for favouritism, but now PSG have dropped out. Yeah, PSG have dropped out to as high as 5 to 1 or as low as 5 to 1, whichever way you look at it. But City's new joint favourites are Bayern Munich. Both City and Bayern are on 7 to 2 now to win the Champions League. Brugge themselves are out. They're out at 1,000 to 1. But you put a quid on Brugge, you'll just probably lose a quid, won't you? Let's be honest about it. So as I said, please check out my little odds show. Well, I go into a little bit more detail on some of the intricate little bets, etc. So I would say it's just for fun. I don't ever condone gambling, but check that out if you get a chance, guys. I go into a little bit more detail of my thinking of what's going to happen, etc., etc. Of course, as far as City Pep's press conference is on Tuesday, the 2nd of November. If you want to tune into that, you can get it through the City site. I know some guys on YouTube do it as well. 12:30 p.m. UK time on the 2nd of November. Of course, we sit second to PSG at the moment. But yeah, as I said before, a win against the Belgians will put us 5 points clear with only 2 games to play. And as I say, it is nice to win the group, but it's not all important these days. There's a lot of good teams, and you're just as likely to play a decent placed first place team as you are to play a decently placed second place team. So it'd be nice to beat PSG when we do get to play them, and obviously top the group hopefully with that win. But we'll have to see how we go, won't we? Brugge, yeah, since we met, a draw away at Antwerp, which was okay, and a win on Saturday, last Saturday, a 2-1 win at Sint Truiden, which allowed them, yeah, just temporarily to reclaim, of course, they are the defending champions, don't forget, temporarily to reclaim their top spot, but obviously the games haven't all been played out, but now they're back in second again after the completion of all the weekend games, but they're well poised, only a couple of points behind the leaders. They were actually, as well as the league games, they played a cup game in the last 32 of the Belgian Cup on the 27th of October, and they were 3-0 winners at home to DINNEEN, so they did all right. DEINZE or ZE, because I'm old. ZE, yeah, there you go. So that's how. So they've been doing okay. They've been doing okay. So we'll sort of summarise the game in just a moment when we looked at the City 11 that I'm going to give you here. I'm not going to try and do the Brugge 11. I haven't got an idea. I've got no idea, to be honest. I could just stick the names on that played in the last couple of games or something like that, but I don't want to do it like that. I want to know a little bit more about it. So we'll just go with the City 11. Now, this is an interesting one because I did do a little podcast called In Good Company for Manchester Local TV. And we were talking, me and the guys were talking about this City 11. Sort of, we come up with one which isn't this one. This is what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking it's a mix really of resting players. We've got a big game coming up at weekend, haven't we, on Saturday against United. So first of all, I'd just like to say these haven't been dropped. These are the guys I think will be rested, who will definitely start against United. And there's 4 of them. Obviously, there'll be a few more, hopefully, starting against United. But so for this one, I've rested Foden. Well, when I say rested, I'm not surprised if these aren't on the bench and they might come on if we're desperate. Hope, fingers crossed we're not. But I've rested Foden, Walker, Rodri and Bernardo. Only on the basis these other guys, I think, can actually play okay and still play on Saturday as well. There's certain ones that will anyway. So my little 11 I'm going for. I mean, I was even putting Stefan in goal for this, because obviously Ederson's getting a bit of stick, I think, a bit unfairly. A lot of City fans are jumping on the bandwagon and slagging him off. I've seen it all over social media. Absolute disgrace. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, the goal, for instance, let's face it, his arm is hit the thing. So, as a keeper, you expect certain things from strikers. You expect certain things when the ball's shot. And sometimes if it is fluffed or mishit, you can't quite alter what you're thinking, as a keeper, your instincts. And, I say, okay, he could have done better, but I think the stick he's getting is very, very unreasonable. So I will stick with Ederson to play in this. I won't put Stefan in. I don't think that's the right way of approaching it. I will play Cancelo again because I thought he had a dreadful game against Palace. I would put him in just to make sure, just to tell him, look, pull your finger out and do a lot better this time. You've been getting all the hype, but we can't afford too many of these rubbishy games, and it was terrible, let's be honest about it. But most of the players were terrible. A lot of the players were terrible. I thought Cancelo stood out as one of the worst, to be honest with you. And I've gone Diaz and Stones just to get them used to playing alongside each other. I mean, I did initially think of Aki getting in there as well. But, Diaz and Stones get them ready to play for the weekend. So I would have that. And obviously, Zinchenko does a good job in Champions League games. So I would stick Zinchenko at left back. So obviously, that's where Walker's getting his rest at right back. Cancelo's sort of slipping in there for him. And again, I would go with Werner rather than Rodri. I'd rest Rodri. I think he'll definitely start against United, of course. An interesting one is Gundogan as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't feature until obviously late on recently. But I'm going to go Gundogan, KDB and Werner. Obviously, KDB on the basis that he just got to keep going. He just got to keep going. I think it's 6 and 1.5 a dozen another. I think he's not quite at it, but also he's not finding the runners where the guys he can actually feed a good ball through, and that's part of the problem at the moment. So for this game, I would certainly play him again on the basis that he has to be fit. He wouldn't be on the bench. He wouldn't be in the team unless he was fully fit. I mean, people say he could still be carrying an injury. I doubt that. I mean, we wouldn't have him playing if that was the case, to be honest with you. So I will stick him in, keep him in for this one, although I won't be surprised if he doesn't appear. And up front's an interesting one, isn't it? Yeah, I have gone Mahrez again because he can do it in these European games. Again, he needs to show something, sort of put him back in Pep's mind frame. Grealish, of course, who had obviously sort of had at least two good Champions League games out of three. I think he'll play. And Jesus as well. I think Jesus needs the time as well. He needs the time on the pitch. So my team: Ederson, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, Werner, Gundogan, KDB, Mahrez, Grealish, and Jesus. So say with the other guys rested. But I wouldn't be surprised if those four guys that I've mentioned, the big names, if you like, Foden, Walker, Rodri and Bernard, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Pep plays one or two of them, and hopefully if we can get a 2 or 3 goal winning margin, drag them off. And I've not put Palmer in there either. I would have liked to. I initially put Palmer when I was thinking about the team, but I've left him out of this. I put him on the bench. I think he might not play because he won't start against United. Let's be honest about it. So there's a possibility he might start instead of KDB. Even he might even start instead of KDB or Gundogan in this. But you say I've rested Palmer on the basis that he's rested for this rather than the fact he might play against United. But let me know what you think, guys. Anyway, what your starting 11 is. I mean, I don't expect this to be a 5-1, but I was thinking that before the debacle against Crystal Palace. I mean, we want to see a positive reaction. Pep will want to see a positive reaction. The players will want to see a positive reaction. And the fans will want to see a positive reaction to that defeat by Palace, where we didn't create a lot of chances, don't forget. About 14 or 15 chances, not very many. And obviously add that to the West Ham, where we did create loads of chances and just basically missed them. Obviously, we need something here. So it has to be a strong team. I think that's strong enough to win it at least by 2 or 3 goals, to be honest with you. But I can't see a 5-1, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice, as I say, if things go in as they should, shots go in, etc. Yeah, no reason why it shouldn't be. We can win most games by 5 or 6 if our chances went in. That seems to be part of the problem. Brugge were very physical last time. I mean, I have put KDB. There is a little thing about his ankle's fine, but if he has a knock, he might be in trouble. I mean, Brugge were very physical at their place, and I don't expect them to be any different at ours, to be honest with you. And that is a little bit of a worry. So, again, that's probably why I'm sort of resting people like Foden and Bernardo, etc. I mean, who can, get a kick, can't they, in their positions and the way they carry the ball. So, yeah, let's hope everyone comes out of this fine and Brugge don't just go very physical. If we start beating them well, then obviously they could get a bit more physical, couldn't they? Which could be a worry, but we need the ref to do something. I've no sort of confidence at all that this referee can get a grip of players early on to stop them doing things, but we'll have to see, won't we? So fingers crossed we'll be all right. And I do expect City to score at least 3 goals in this, hopefully 4. But I wouldn't be surprised if Brugge get one like they did at home. But I'd like to see, obviously, for confidence levels, for Ederson, for instance, get a clean sheet. But yeah, I think 3-1 or 4-1 will probably be better, or 3-0 or 4-0 will do. But as I say, I won't be surprised if it goes 2-0 and then we just play out the game, to be honest with you. But it'd be interesting anyway. So let me know what you think, guys. Give us your score predictions as well, what you think. I will stick with 3-1 with a little proviso, perhaps 4-1 if we really up for it, But yeah, you never know. You never know how many we're going to get. All right, the little quirky stats. Brugge are looking for their first victory, of course, against English opponents in European competition. The last one came in February 1995, so it's a long time. So hopefully they'll be waiting a lot longer. It was a 1-0 win against Chelsea in the Cup Winners' Cup in 1995, having failed to win any of the last 13 attempts. They've drawn 3 and lost 10 of the last 13 games. Brugge have never won away from home against an English side in European competition. Well, this will be their 14th attempt at doing so. They've lost 11 of the previous 13 games, drawing twice, of course. So there you go. City have won 80%, 4 out of 5 of their home games in the UEFA Champions League since Pep took charge of the club. 20/25. We won 20 out of 25. We've drawn 2 and lost 3. Amongst those with 20 plus home games managed, this is the highest win percentage by a coach with a single club in the competition. And City's Jack Grealish, has created more chances following carries, that's moving 5+ meters with the ball, is what they class as a carry, than any other player in the UEFA Champions League this season. So yeah, I thought he was having a good one, wasn't he? Let's be honest about it. I think he's up there with scoring, assist and scoring opportunities as well. He's quite high on that, but very interesting stat. Yeah, I have no idea who's on Matchday Live. City are not on the ball telling me what that is, so I can't give you any information on who's on there, whether it's Kel or Natalie or whatever. I'm not too sure on that. But if you check on the City site, you'll find out. If you like that program, you want to tune in and see what ex players are on. And please just tune into my. I'll be a full match report. I'll be there on Wednesday night. I'll be home late and I'm up at 2 a.m. So I don't think I'll just do my little scripts and then just doze for an hour in front of the telly before I go to work. So I'll try and grab an hour or two in the afternoon as well if I can. But I'll try and get that out for lunchtime on the Thursday, the match report. So please come back and join me for that. And obviously we'll be looking forward this week very soon to the match against that lot across the road. So keep your eyes out for my preview show, my odd show, and my History Boys feature. And as at this point in time, I don't know what that is because I've not done it yet, but it'll be something interesting, a match at Old Trafford back in history, of course. So let's see what we can dig up for that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know your comments or underneath. It's great to hear from you. I'm getting more and more guys commenting now. It's fantastic and it's much, much appreciated. Whatever you're going to do rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other till we meet here again on the Citizen channel. Or perhaps have a look, please have a look at my film and TV channel. I try and inform and entertain on there as well if you want to have a little rest from football. But whatever it is, if it's back on here, that'll be absolutely brilliant, please. All I ever ask of you is please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.